My name is Demola Sonyaolu of Backstage Story and Nollywood Radio France. I'm online with Michael-Udo. Michael-Udo is a producer, he's a director, and he has worked over the years with several media outfits, producing several films. Good morning, Michael.
Yeah, morning, Demola.
How are you doing today? How's your family?
I'm okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
we're fine.
Yeah, so Michael, let's hear from you.
Okay, I'm michael-udo, a TV producer and director. Keep listening to Nollywood Radio France and Backstage Story.
Yeah, Michael, a lot of people they've seen your name on most of these soap operas and sitcoms, but they don't seem to know you. Who is Michael-Udo?
Well, Michael-Udo is just like I said earlier. I produce, programs for TV and direct as well, and also more or less, So can I take that again, please?
I know you're also an actor.
Yeah. Well, as well. Actually, acting is just, it's not like something I actually would, want to like. I still prefer being behind the scenes though, because it's important to focus, purely on what you do, So I think we do, like I said, programs for TV because I really enjoy TV. It's the largest medium in the world, and you can mix, you can actually reach, a lot of people, through that media. Yeah. So.
Yeah, your adventure in Nollywood. How did you venture into producing and directing?
Well, I would say actually, started basically in 1995. The film then was called The Blood. I just started as an actor, basically. I've been doing stage before then, and venturing into TV then, because on that particular film, with a group of other friends, we were also working behind the scenes, so it was fun. And then I had mentors then, people like Mr. Yomi Lainka and Mr. Yonja Digbita, who actually really influenced my life, then, and brought me into the industry. And these two guys, they're both producers and directors, and I actually learned, it was from them actually got my first book, was actually a director, and, learned, started in the industry, at the period. And over the years, trying to also, define where you get to that, it really got me into, television, basically, and doing, dramas, TV magazine shows and stuff, and on and on. And so then I should say that I really feel, fortunate and blessed to be, in this industry and contribute my part as well to the growth.
Okay, some of your followers and fans would like to know some of those movies, sitcoms, and soaps that you've produced and directed.
Okay, well, I got a lot, but maybe I should start with, when I was actually with Alpha Vision Multimedia, that's CMA now, the owners of Samo City, on TV and Spice. Then we actually worked on One Love. I was actually, producing One Love for the company then. And also involved in Blaze of Glory, Domino, which we actually, we're working in the northern part of the country where there's Central Power, Abuja, then it was a TV soap opera. And then from there, I also produced Separated, 168, which was also, part of the series of the love stories, that we did, Hope Day, as well. And then, like I said much earlier, of course, during all those periods, doing commercials for, Glow, MTN, Airtel, And we're also venturing into reality shows. It's actually a content director for Nigeria's Got Talent, the first season and the second season as well. And then also went into X Factor, and it wasn't long we just concluded Nigerian Idol as actually the production manager, on that project. And also, like I said, Allison Stand, which I produced and co-directed as well. So there are quite a number of stuff that we've actually done. But the point is, just keep growing, by the day, and see how it can be better than what you did last year.
All right, Michael, with your experience in Nollywood, and I know that you've worked with a lot of key players in this industry. Would you say that Nollywood is evolving progressively, or would you say the passion for the job has dwindled? Do people have passion for that job or passion for the money?
Well, it's for me to really, be specific, or how do I put it? I think, first of all, if we understand the history of Nollywood and how it all started, basically from 60s, 70s, when we were shooting on film and good stories and all that. Then in the 90s, we ventured into video, recording, and then with the stories from the southeastern movie directors and producers. And, it got to a part, especially, I should say, between maybe 2000 and, let's say, the last decade, where everybody really wanted to be, a producer, director, actor, what have you. And then that opened the road for, quacks to actually venture into the industry. And we found that stories were, dropping, dwindling. It was more or less like a money-making venture, during that period. Everybody was like, okay, let's make money. But really, the standard, even as it is right now, is not as what we should, as like the international standard that we actually wanted. Filmmaking, basically, in this country. Even programs on TV is not the standard that we should have been. That's why even people still talk, and with nostalgia about, especially, films that were done in the 80s, soaps, TV soaps, and other drama series that were done then, the content, the quality of content then compared to what you have now on, national television or, or cable networks, So I would say now, because, at the point when they say, oh, Nollywood, was, growing really rapidly and all that, the point was really that, you had so many movies coming up, and a lot of these movies were not quality films, and, people were just, because the truth, again, is what do the people want, and we just find out we're just churning all sort of things. But now it's no more that money-making venture, and that's why you can find people diversifying into other things like music, like trading and all that whole stuff. So really, I feel that the people who have the passion, the competent hands, the people with the quality, are actually the ones who are running the show now, and which is something that I think, we've been talking about for over the years, that maybe instead of us complaining about how bad the movies are or how bad the TV, programs are, why can't, these good guys go in there and, try and transform things. So right now it's gradually getting to, it's like refocusing, and getting into trying to bring out quality stuff right now. And that's why you can see even all the so-called money bags then who had been, being involved in movies and videos, I've realized now, we can't really make much money. That's why they're going into other things and leaving this, area, this sector for the real guys. And I'm sure that, as we have refocused now, probably the next couple of years, we'll get to where we are actually supposed to be. So that is what is happening right now. That's why I think that's what I feel, because we've been doing a lot of, jobs that were not of good quality. But I think right now we're focusing and we're trying to get, back to what exactly we are supposed to do. So a lot of all the cracks, most people have actually left the industry for the real professionals to do the job. So that's how I see it. That's my take on that.
All right. From statistics, Nollywood also contributes to Nigeria's economy. We have Gollywood, we have Bollywood, and all that. What role do you think the government should play to enhance, the growth of Nollywood and to make it more economically viable?
Well, because government has a role to play, just like what Nollywood does for the U.S. government. It's Hollywood is big. Bollywood, let me not even talk about Hollywood. Like Bollywood in India, it's so big, and the government needs to really, tap into this and invest, in this industry. The media is so strong. People, even from the stories that you watch in films, these are depictions. Most of them are actually depictions of true life events that actually occur, things that it's a reflection of it. What it's become is most of them are actually reflections of what happened in our society. I also feel that apart from that, it's like, for example, it's so difficult when filmmakers want to make films and you need to go to a government for example, government infrastructure, a place, and to get the place access to film, it's really very difficult. We don't have that kind of encouragement. Sometimes you are required to come and, pay so much. You want to film in an airport, for example, or in a plane, for example. It's so difficult, But in other African countries, the government, Gambia, for example, government gives them, access. I still remember when I was talking with, I think maybe the producer of Miraboy, that was saying, that, they had access, to a lot of, places. Like, it was easy filming in an airport. It was easy. Government just gives them that access, And you see, if government doesn't open up like that, we can have, for example, that number of, filmmakers, foreign filmmakers who want to come and work in our country, but because of these elements, they now go to other African countries and, go to because the point is, we need this knowledge truly, we need that exposure, we need to, find a way and liaise with, these people, and rather than travel to other countries to go do that, and these people will come here and they have access to anything that they want. The government should begin to, liaise with the practitioners, in this industry, and let's see how we can all, work together and make it, because it's all for the good of the country. There's a filmmaker, I think, in Tunisia, who has a $20 million film village, which is more or less like a tourist, center, and people go there to work. Foreigners go there to work. It opens up that country, film-wise, to the outside world. We don't have stuff like that in this country. We just have, names and stuff, but really, how many of these foreign people want to come and work here? You understand? I understand that this movie, Flight of the Phoenix, was supposed to, or some of the locations should have been shot in northern Nigeria here, but, without government permission, and they went to Namibia, to do some of those stuff. It really doesn't, help. So I think government should just open up, relax a number of the, rules and regulations. Let's just have a common ground, and because it will be beneficial ultimately to this, to this country, if government really, can step in and do, because there's so much, that they can do.
All right. Thank you, Michael. On the last note, what would you advise the younger folks who have interest in producing and directing? What advice do you have for them? Is it a lucrative venture? And what would you tell them to do if they are trying to come into this line of of venture?
Well, I think the first thing first is they must not look at it as a money-making venture.
Okay.
That's one. They must have, the passion for it. passion, because most importantly is to tell good quality stories. You know, they must learn. A number of the younger, people just want to like, oh, let's make some money now. Let's what we can do, and let's just do it. But it's not like that. And the thing about especially film, especially it's the knowledge is infinite. The older you grow, discover that you actually don't know anything. You learn more. You keep learning and learning and learning and learning. And the practitioners will tell you the same thing. So it's an opportunity for you to learn, for you to see the world in a different light. What stories would you really want to talk on? It shouldn't be about the money. It should be, the passion. You should be determined and be committed. And no matter how long it takes, you will get there. But the point is, even when you get there, you're just starting because, some other people are past, that level. So you just need to be committed. You need to be determined. Forget money. You need to have passion for the job, and you need to with God on your side, obviously, you will get there. So they should start, go to film school if possible, get as much knowledge as you can, liaise, network, open your mind, because it's like I tell people, if you leave, for example, you leave your home, you're driving, and you go to a particular, so you get to your office or to your studio. I'm just saying, as an example, every single day, probably you meet the same woman who sells something, on the roadside, you pass the bus stops and all that. You are seeing the same set of people, but things are different. Colors are different, clothes are different, weather, things are, the way you look from left to right, things should be going on in your mind, and you document things down and see how, you can, because there's still every single day, there is a story to tell. Every single day. So, you must be determined. Forget the money. It's not about the money at all. The money would come, but once you are determined, once you are committed, you have passion, network, learn, study. You have to study to show yourself approved. Study and learn, find out how is this thing, how does it work, how can I tell better stories, and that way, the sky, obviously, will not be your limit.
All right, Michael. Listeners in France, listeners in Nigeria, this is Nollywood Radio France and Backstage Stories. I have been on with Michael-Udo. He's a producer and director, and he has aired his view. Michael, thank you for coming on this program, and I would also oblige your audience next time. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Demola.
All right. Have a lovely day. Bye.
You too.
So this is Demola signing off on Nollywood Radio France.